Welcome back guys. In the last lecture we have seen the introduction of React.js. Now in this video we are going to learn what is a component. As we discussed in the last lecture, in any single page application there will be only one HTML page and one JavaScript file. Remaining all are the components. Now in this video we're gonna see what is that component, how it will play a crucial role in single page applications. Let's start with the definition of component. What is a component? A component is one of the core building blocks of React. In React, we will create the HTML content using the components. That's why it is called as core building blocks of React. In other words, we can say that every application you will develop in React will be made up of pieces called components. By this statement, we can understand that whatever the code you write in React and whatever the content you create in the HTML part, that will be made up of pieces, and that pieces are called as components. Components make the task of building UIs much easier and they are reusable. Means once you create any component in React.js, that can be reusable. It is not permitted to one page or two pages. Once you create any component, we can use it in as many number of pages as you want. You can see a UI broken into multiple individual pieces called components and work on them independently and merge them all in a parent component, which will be your final UI. In the last lecture I have said whenever you create any new React application, we will get one default component that is called as app.js component. That is the parent component. Here you can see UI broken down into multiple individual pieces called components. These are the child components, and we will merge all the child components into one parent component that is called as app.js component, and that will be our final UI. Now let's understand all these four definitions by using a real-time example. We are going to understand the concept of components in React.js by using an e-commerce application. So in any e-commerce application, first we will have home page. In that home page we will have navbar component, products and footer. If you select any product in this home page, it will take us to the product description page. That page is called item details. In this item details page also we will have navbar, item details, and at the last we will have the products like similar products which is related to the selected product. And at the last we will have the checkout page. In this checkout page also we will have navbar component, item details component means which item you are going to buy, and we will have the address, and at the end we will have the footer. This is the traditional way of designing the e-commerce application using the HTML and JavaScript. Now we will see how can we develop this same application using the components like React.js with the help of components. First we will create all the separate components in this application. If you observe the application here, navbar is repeated 3 times. In every page we have navbar, and products is repeated 2 times. In home page we have products, and in the item details page also we have the products. And we have footer repeated 2 times in the home page and the checkout page. Here the 3 sections are repeated twice and thrice. So with the help of components we can avoid that repeating things, and we can save the time and code. If you observe the components list here, we have not created any component 2 times. Every component is created only 1 time, and it can be reusable as many as times. Now we will see how to design the parent components with the help of these child components. First we will create the home page component. In the home page component we have to place 3 child components. That 3 child components are navbar, products and footer. After creating the home page we have to place 3 child components from these components. We will place directly navbar component, products component and footer component. After creating the home page component, we have to create the item details component. In this item details component also the navbar is repeated, but we are not writing the entire code. First we have created the navbar and we are reusing that navbar component in the item details page also. At the last we have to create the checkout component. In this checkout component we have 4 components: navbar component, item details component, address component and the footer component. Here also we are not writing any code. We just reusing the component which we have created at the starting from here. So with the help of components, we can avoid rewriting the code many times in many pages. We can simply create one component and we can use it in many components. So by the help of reusable components, we can avoid rewriting the code and the time will be decreased and the product efficiency will also be increased. Now we will see some of the websites which are developed using the single page application frameworks like React, Angular, etc. Here you can see this is the Udemy official website. This Udemy website is entirely developed in the React.js framework. If you observe at the top, we have navbar in which we have the search bar and some links like Udemy for Business, Instructor, My Courses and some icons, and at the end we have the profile information. Here if you select any course in this body area, it will take us to the course description page. Here I am selecting one course. This is the course description page. In this course description page also the navbar component remains same. Means they have reused the navbar component in the home page as well as the course description. Suppose if I click on the go to cart button, it will take us to the checkout page. Here you can see this is the checkout page. In this page also the navbar component remains same. Means they have used the navbar component in 3 different pages. In home page and the course description page as well as the checkout page. Like this way we can reuse the components and we can develop the applications more faster. And at the end we have the footer. If you go to another page also the footer will be remain same. Suppose if I go to the home page, I will remove the cart here. And if you go to the home page also the footer will be remain same. Here you can see this is the Udemy home page. Here also the footer is same. They have not changed anything. They have reused the component in the course description page as well as in the home page. By the help of these reusable components, we can decrease the developing time and we can speed up the development process. Now we will see one more website which is developed using the single page application framework Angular, which is called as YouTube. YouTube is entirely developed in the Angular. This is the YouTube homepage. At the top we can observe the navbar. In that navbar we have the filter component and the search bar button, and at the right side we have some icons like video camera and the notification icon and the profile icon. At the bottom of that navbar we have some recommendations, and at the bottom of that recommendations we have some videos. Means it is a separate component. Suppose if you click on any video link, it will take us to the video description page. Here you can see this is the video description page. In this video description page also the navbar component remains same because they have reused the component in the YouTube home page and the video description page also. If you observe the right side here they have reused the component as videos. In the home page also we have videos, and in the videos description page also we have the videos component. And in the bottom of that video player component we have the comments component. Like this way they use the reusable components and they will speed up the development process. This is the use of components in any single page application frameworks. In React we have 2 types of components. The first one is class component and the second one is functional components. In the further videos we are going to discuss about the components briefly. In the next video we are going to discuss about JSX, because we have to write the code in the components with the help of JSX only. Thank you.